Hi friends, today we're going to talk about different ways to start your seeds. So there are a number of ways that we can start seeds. Um, and I'm going to encourage you to grow from seed. Um, it's much more economical. The plants, um, in my opinion, turn out much healthier. Um, it's just a better way to go normally all around. I think when I started gardening, I bought only those little starter plants, and those things add up because they are like $5 to $6 for one of those things, and you can get a pack of seeds. This is 30 seeds because it's a tomato sun gold hybrid. It's a really nice newer hybrid, and this one cost me $3, but there are 30 seeds in here, so that means I could potentially get 30 tomato plants that I could also use to make more plants. So it makes more sense to do it like this, to start from seed. But there are a number of different methods you can use. Broadcasting, which is just going out into the yard and throwing your seeds, which is not the most effective, but you can do it. There's also a method that I just started using this year, and that's winter sowing, where you take a jug like this that's transparent, that you cut holes in the bottom, or like I do, I use like a smoldering iron, and I just hold it on there and it melts, and that's easier for me because when I used to have to cut the holes with the tools, and I didn't like that. So the smoldering iron is working fine for me. So you cut the holes in the bottom, and then you cut half of it, but you don't go all the way around, just so you can open it up. Then you put actually potting soil in here, whereas when you start your other seeds that are going to be inside, you use starter the starter for seeds, which is what I have here. But when you're winter sowing, you actually put the regular potting mix in here, the regular soil that you use in your garden, or in containers is what you would use in here. And you put that in here, and you put the seeds in here. You can put as many, well, maybe not as many, but maybe 6 or 7 seeds in here, depending on the seed. You can put it right on the surface, or you can just dent it into the surface a little bit. Then you take this and you tape it. Maybe I'll do a video on that. You tape that, and then you take this whole thing, you take the top off so that you can get the snow and the rain and everything in here. And then you sit it outside in full sun, and you just let it go from there. And winter sowing, you don't need any grow lights, you don't need a heat mat. You just need the seeds and the soil in this container, and some tape to tape it back up after you cut it, and then you put it outside, and you just let it go. And I have several out there now that are growing. Maybe I'll do a separate video on winter sowing, because I think it's going to be great. They look like they're sprouting already. Some of them have been out there for 2 or 3 weeks, I think is probably the longest. And I think I have very high hopes, but I'll do a video so you can see how I did it, what I did, and what's gonna happen once they're ready to plant up, to be put either into the garden or into containers, which is mostly what I do. I usually container garden more. I like that. I like to container garden. I can, move my things around. I can put them in my greenhouse if I need to. So, and I do have a rabbit that I've noticed that visits my garden. So, my things are protected from him or her, my little rabbit friend. You know, maybe I'll put something out for them, you know, this year. Last year I was just really kind of shaken up to even see that they were out there, but maybe I'll put something out there directly for him so he can have his own little plant to eat off of and he won't mess with my other plants. So, but the seed starting method that I'm going to demonstrate today is starting your seeds indoors. So what you need is you need you need a seed starter. This is just what I've been using. And I use this, and you need to moisten it. So I'm going to moisten it here. It needs to be moist when you put it in the cells. You don't want it to be sopping wet, but you want it to be moist. Okay. Yep, that's good. It's wet, as you can see. It's wet, but it's not too wet. So then you take whatever you're gonna put it in, and you put it in there. Tamp it down too. Tamp it down in there so that air pockets won't form. And seeds don't like that. So you fill it up with the seed starting, the pre-moistened seed starting mix. There, almost. There we go. And then tamp it down, like I said. You may have to add more. Tamp it down, tamp it down, tamp it, tamp it. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Tamp it down. I'm tamping it, making sure there are no air pockets. This one needs a little bit more. Okay. And then you take your seeds, and like I said, these are Tomato Sun Gold hybrid. This is the first time that I've grown these, so I'll show you how it turns out. So then you take your seeds, and these are pretty small, and you push them in. Kind of hard, sometimes they're sticking to my finger. Okay. Push them in, push them in, push them in, and you go all the way around. I'm not going to go all the way around right now, but you go all the way around, put all your seeds in here, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it under my grow lights. And I'll probably put it on a heat mat too, because tomatoes, they're heat loving. They're heat loving plants. So, but the thing about this is that you can still do this if you don't have a heat mat and if you don't have a grow light. If I didn't have those things, I would just put this in my south facing window upstairs, which gets the most light for the longest part of the day. And that is what I would use if I didn't have the heat mat and the heat lamp. But I am going to put this on my heat mat and put it under my grow light. And the most important thing for seeds like this is that you not let them dry out. That was something that I used to do all the time. When I was trying to start seeds, I would just stick them in here and put them wherever I put them. I don't even remember I put them. I think I put them in my greenhouse one time, and I just left them there. And I was just like, okay, now grow. But that's not what's going to happen. You have to make sure it stays moist. You know, you have to make sure it stays as warm as you can make it for it, and you have to make sure there's enough light for them to germinate. So that's what we're going to do with these, friends. And I think the next time we talk, maybe I'll do something and show you how I winter sow something into the winter sewing jugs, because I love that. It is so easy, and you just do it, you label it, you put it out there, and you leave it, and it's great. I think that they're going to really turn out well from what I've seen with other people using it. So that's what we're doing with seed starting. Now is the time for us to seed start. I'm in zone 7A in central New Jersey, or southern New Jersey. Some people say it's southern. But you can probably tell from my accent, I am a southern girl. So I love gardening. This is the joy of my life. So I'm gonna get these all ready, put them on our heat mat, put them on the heat lamp, and I'll give you an update on how they do. Okay? So everyone have a great day, and God bless.